Justice Department has appealed a federal judge's order blocking President Trump's executive order that would end birthright citizenship. This is the second federal judge now in just 2 days that ruled against that order. It seeks to end the automatic grant of citizenship to children born in the U.S. if their parents are in the country illegally. For more on this, I'm joined now by CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya-Galvez. So, Camilo, it was almost expected that judges would intervene here, but where does that place the ruling and the status of people who are curious if this will come to fruition?
Good morning, Errol. That is completely right. Now, 2 federal judges across the U.S. have found that President Trump's dramatic bid to severely restrict birthright citizenship is likely in direct conflict with the U.S. Constitution. Of course, the U.S. Constitution, as you know, Errol, has long been interpreted to mean that if you are born here physically on American soil, you are automatically an American citizen, irrespective of the status of your parents. But President Trump had instructed federal agencies like the State Department to deny birthright citizenship to the children of not just people who are in the country illegally, Errol, but also temporary visa holders, legal immigrants here on a temporary short-term basis. But now these 2 judges have said that likely violates the Constitution. And if I may, I actually want to read a part of the ruling from the judge in Seattle yesterday. Yeah. He says, Errol, that citizenship by right is an unequivocal constitutional right. It is one of the precious principles that makes the United States the great nation that it is. The president cannot change, limit, or qualify this constitutional right via an executive order. So some pretty scathing and clear language from the judge in Seattle, a Reagan appointee, against this order by the president. The status quo remains that this order will continue to be blocked in court. But of course, as you mentioned, now there is an appeal filed by the Justice Department.
I want to also ask you about some of your other reporting about the administration's plan to send, I guess, daily flights with migrants to Guantanamo Bay. Help us understand how that is supposed to work.
Well, Errol, the administration has already sent 2 military aircraft to Guantanamo Bay with about 24 Venezuelan migrant detainees to hold them there as part of this larger operation to convert the naval base there in that Cuban land on a U.S. lease into a large-scale immigration detention center at the direction, of course, of President Trump, who has made this issue, as you know, a top priority for him, especially when it comes to the so-called Tren de Aragua Venezuelan gang. We are told by U.S. officials that all the detainees so far who have been sent to this part of Cuba are suspected members of this notorious Venezuelan prison gang. And the plan now, we are told, is to send near daily flights to the island to house and detain as many people as possible at the naval base. And so officials now, we are told, are scrambling to hire enough staff and get enough resources to that base to be able to meet the president's very ambitious demands, Errol.
All right, Camilo Montoya-Galvez, we appreciate all of your reporting. Thanks for joining us.